My name is Jennifer. For those of you that don't know me, I go to Kennesaw State University, which is right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I am graduating in December with an education degree. I want to teach K through 2, preferably. I like them before the world corrupts them. I love their innocence, their joy, their kindness. They're just the greatest humans ever. I grew up in church. I am a Christian, very strong in my faith. I hope to incorporate this into my videos however I can. And talking a little bit about being a pastor's kid. I grew up with, the whole church watches you, and I don't think they mean to do it. I think it's just kind of everyone is watching the pastor's family, and so you always have to look good. You always have to be on your best behavior. If you mess up, everybody knows because everybody follows you on all social medias now. Even people from 4 churches ago still follow me on social media. And it's just kind of this unseen and untalked about pressure of doing the right thing. But I was always there Sunday mornings, slept at friends' houses Saturday nights. Mom would pick me up at 8 a.m. Thank you, Mom, for doing that. Take me to Sunday school. But my faith didn't really grow into what it is now until I went to college. I actually started college my freshman year at GCSU, which is in Milledgeville, Georgia. Loved it my first few years, moved for complicated reasons, but I started, and once I got to college, no one was telling me to go to church every Sunday. Nobody was telling me to go to Wednesday night dinners. Nobody was making me go to a Bible study or Sunday night youth or all of the other many things that people usually tell me to do, or that you just do as a pastor's kid. And I'm grateful that I had to do all of those things because I don't think that when I got to college, I would have missed it as much as I did had I not been forced to go for so long, and had it not been such an intimate part of who I was. So for the first month or two, maybe, sometimes I would go home on weekends and go to church where my dad was pastoring. But that wasn't really my church. We moved to Georgia my junior year of high school. So my freshman year of college, it had only been like 2 years, and it just wasn't home. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, and I always kind of resented the fact that I didn't get to stay at that church. I loved the people there. It was the people that had helped me grow into who I was, the people that had raised me in a sense. I ran around the whole church, knew everybody. My parents never worried where I was. It was just kind of a sense of home. And I think that once we moved to Georgia, it's hard because you don't get to choose your church. Your parents choose, or whoever hires your dad chooses your church. And it just wasn't somewhere that I felt God, I guess, which is funny because it's a church. But so I kind of didn't really go for my first month or two of college, and then one Wednesday night a friend invited me to Wesley, which is pretty much everywhere. I think it's non-denominational, contemporary. You go and you sing 3 songs, and then there's a pastor that preaches. And I thought I would hate it because he preaches for a long time. My dad's usually like 18 minutes. He's pretty good. And this guy was like 30 sometimes. And I was like, oh goodness. But the word was always focused around college and college struggles, and it was for us. So the stories he told and the things that made the sermons a little longer were always rich with glorifying God and finding ways that we can have that hope and that just reliance on God through college. So I loved Wesley, and I went. It was only Wednesday nights, but I got involved in a small group through Wesley, and I loved that. It's hard finding people in college, especially in a non-denominational group, that align with all of your views. And so I learned pretty quickly that I couldn't find that, but that a small group, even if we didn't all completely align, was a group that held me accountable, and a group that encouraged me in my faith and saw me as a sister in Christ, which is just so different and uplifting and life-giving. I didn't mean to talk this long about church, but it means a lot to me. And through that, I started journaling. I learned how to study my Bible. We would go through certain books. We would do certain things, certain devotionals. And it was the first time I'd ever really started praying or journaling or anything outside of church. I would go to church and take notes, but that was really it. And I started realizing that I love to start my days in prayer and just thanking God for what the last day held, praying about what this day held, praying for whatever I needed, whether that be patience, which I still pray for all the time, or just, to know that God is with me and to feel that security and safety really changed my life. I'm not going to go through a whole story of the ups and downs and all of that yet, but that was where my faith really was planted, and I've kind of remained that. I try to journal every morning and don't always get it. I'm very busy. I'm a busybody. I love doing things. I love going places. I'm recording this in between nannying and babysitting. I just love being around other people. I love doing things. If somebody invites me somewhere and it's in this 1 hour span that I could be there, I'm like, heck yeah, I'll go. And a lot of times that ends with me being exhausted, but I just love people. I love people and I love life, and I'm very much I don't want to waste time that I could be spending with other people. I would not rather sit and watch TV than go and have community with other people. Huge an extrovert. I live in an apartment with one of my best friends, Ellie, and my dog, Jackson. I rescued him last January 2019. He was one of my post-breakup choices, but the best one to date. He is so sweet, so well-behaved, 60-pound lap dog. I'm sure you'll see him in vlogs or whatever other videos I do. But he's just so sweet. Everyone loves him. My dad is allergic to his fur, but still loves him more than anything else in the world. So really lucky to have him, his company, his warmth in bed. But he's super sweet, huge part of my life. You'll definitely see him. What else is there to know about me? I love school, love learning, love books. In this quarantine, I definitely started reading more books, and I've started since implementing it into, before quarantine, I was just kind of I never have time. And now that I'm back working, I'm nannying. I'm a nanny of 3 kids right now. And in the moments where they're all outside or something, I'll read, where usually I would just be I'm busy, or I have to watch a show, or I'm going to sit on my phone or whatever. I've started reading. I've read so many books since quarantine. Love, love, love reading. Got that also probably from my dad. He's always read. He has a whole library. I don't know if he's read all of the books. I don't think that he even has enough time left in his life. Sorry, Dad, if you're reading this or listening to this. to read all of the books that he has. And yet every Christmas, every birthday, everything, he wants another book. He wants more books. The past few Christmases, I've been like, what do you want that is not a book? Because I don't want to buy you a book. Because you have so many. You might not even ever read it. But he really loves reading. And I really love reading. I think I got that from him. Another thing that me and him used to do when I was younger is puzzles. And I still love puzzles. Me and my roommate really went through some puzzles this quarantine. I think we did like 17 or something, all over 500 pieces, because we did one 500 piece and it took us like 2 hours, and we were like, this is not worth the money to only get 2 hours out of it. And so we do big puzzles. I love the way that I love anything that is fun but also makes my brain work. I play this game on my phone, and it's matching numbers to one another, and then once you get them up to 20 they go away. I don't forget what it's called, but I spend so long doing that, and I'm not really sure that like really teaches me anything, but my brain is like really paying attention. I can't not, because it has to be in the right spot. They have to go together, and certain things like that. I love little like crossword puzzles, anything like that. I don't have a ton of time to do these things, but I do really enjoy them. Love baths. Baths are a daily thing in my household for me. Any day that I can, I do. What else is there to know about me? I would love to, my goal, my life. Let's skip ahead 5 years. I'm a teacher. Well, maybe not 5 years. Let's go 15 years, just for the sake of this. I'm a teacher, and I want a big family. I want so many kids. I have to find somebody that is willing to have all of the babies with me, because I want so many, which makes my mother's grandmother heart sore. But I do. I want a big family. I want to be a fun mom. I want to be a young mom, preferably, which, who knows, the saying, you make a plan and God laughs. Hopefully he gives me some kids. But would also love to adopt. I don't really know what, I don't know who I'm marrying, so I don't know what that looks like. Single, also. But I would also love to be a Sunday school teacher. My sister is a children's minister, which I could never, ever in a million years do. It's funny that we grow up and we're like, oh my gosh, church. And you like are like, I'm never going back. And she ends up in a church. I end up very strong in my faith and connected to church and in small groups. And I would love to be a Sunday school teacher. I know how crucial those people are to her, but also I love God and I love little kids. So the best way to do that without being a children's minister is to, help in ways like that. Always going to be involved in VBS, Vacation Bible School. I do that with her now. It is so fun. I love happy things, and I love kids, and I love crafts, and I love Jesus and books, trying to sum all of my life up. And yeah, I hope to make vlogs. I would love to make sit-down videos. I don't know, whatever people end up wanting to see, if anybody ever sees this. I would love to do like a journal routine, how I journal, what I do, things like that. I would love to do vlogs. I want to do it because they're entertaining. They're my favorite thing to watch, but also because I love the idea of always having everything you've done like on film, I watch a few families too, one of which like daily vlogs, and the kids are still young, but they love watching like videos from a year ago. They think it's so cool to see themselves and to whatever, and I want to be able to, I'm sure I'll look back at this video and cringe and be like, you're on your iPhone, because hopefully I'll have a camera soon. and I'll have edited on my iPhone because I don't have a MacBook yet either, which I plan to get in a week or two. But I want to have those memories, and I want to have fun. This is what I want to do with this channel. And I would also, in any way God uses it, I would love to talk about my faith, to answer questions about faith. Not that I'm in any way spiritually intelligent. I still ask my dad questions all the time, and he, even as a pastor, sometimes is all I have is this, or gives me books or whatever. There's things that some of us will never really know, and there's different ways to believe, there's different things to believe, there's so many intricate things that go into faith, but I do want that to be a big part of this channel because it's a big part of who I am, even if it's just throughout the day seeing the way that God works in life and the beauty of those things and pointing them out, or a video that is a Bible study or whatever it may be. I just hope that I can do that. That's my goal. Thank you if you made it through all of this video. I don't know how long it's going to be or what I'll edit out, or if I'll even edit anything, because honestly, it's 17 minutes and I kind of just want to post it without editing it because I don't know how to edit either, and it's will be much easier on a MacBook. So we'll see. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you would like. If you're my friend, you have to. If you're my sister, you have to. If you're my roommate, you have to. Everyone else gets a choice. Bye.